Hey there, Gemini, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your monthly reading. This is going to be a reading for the month of October, and we're going to take a look at past, present, and near future energies. Also, Gemini, if this reading resonates and you'd like to book a personal reading, all the information about how to do that is in the description box below. And of course, if you enjoy what I do, please consider buying me a cup of coffee. Donation link is below in the description box, and any and every amount is greatly appreciated. Okay, it's interesting that the Page of Swords is the main energy for your reading this month, and you get the Devil at the bottom of the deck. I do see Leo, Capricorn showing up strong here. Obviously, this applies to all signs. Those are just the signs that are showing up pretty strongly. It's interesting that the Page of Swords is the main energy for your reading this month because as I was shuffling, it kept popping out of the deck like multiple times. And so I definitely see that you have a lot of doubts this month, a lot of question marks, a lot of like, I need to figure this out type of energy. In the recent past, you get the Hanged Man, the Six of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Something is stuck here, and the thing that's stuck is you. You're trying to decide logically, practically, whether you need to walk away from something in the recent past. I don't know if this is a connection, a job. I'll see once we clarify. This does feel romantic to me because you get the Two of Cups here. But you feel kind of stuck. You're not allowing yourself to make any moves in the recent past because you're really trying to look at this whole thing logically, practically, to make sure that you have like a non-emotional response to walking away or not walking away. You want to make sure that it's not impulsive, that it's not emotional, that you're really making the most sensible decision here. In the current situation, you get the Sun, the Two of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. There's love here. There's definitely a romantic connection, and it does make you very, very, very happy. The Sun is the happiest card in the entire tarot deck. This connection truly lights you up inside, but you're still holding back. You're still holding back, and I don't know why, because there is love, right? There is happiness, but you're still holding back. We're going to clarify and see why this is. In the near future, you get the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. There's an energy here of you needing to essentially focus on yourself. And in order to focus on yourself, you're showing me I need to emotionally disconnect a little bit. I need to kind of rein my feelings in because you're a little bit overwhelmed in the near future. Now, again, overwhelmed doesn't necessarily mean bad, right? You can be overwhelmed by a lot of happy things, by a lot of positive emotions, but I do see you showing me like I need to focus on myself. And in order for me to truly be able to focus on myself, I need to kind of pull my feelings back, pull my emotions back, because it's all getting a little bit too much for me in the near future. So let's see. Let's clarify the Page of Swords, which is the main energy for your reading this month. Page of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the Page of Swords again, and the Knight of Swords. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Your doubts, right, are about what do I do? You're trying to really figure out what do I do? How do I move forward? The problem is it's not because you are a little bit indecisive, but it's not that. It's either you or the other person is very in and out, is very hot and cold. And this lack of consistency, whether it's internally within you where you can't like really figure out yes, no, right, wrong, or it's the other person's inconsistency. Somebody's inconsistency here is causing doubts for you. And it's these doubts which are causing you to question, okay, well, what do I do? How do I move forward? What do I do next? Right? And you get the Page of Swords twice. So this is like a really, really big question mark for you this month. Let's look at the recent past. I want to see what the Hanged Man is because you're stuck here in the recent past. Hanged Man is clarified by the Seven of Cups, which you get again in the near future, the Magician, and the Four of Swords. The reason you're stuck is because you're overwhelmed in the recent past and in the near future. What you're manifesting here in the recent past is healing. You're showing me I'm all over the place emotionally. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's down. And when I'm confused, I don't make decisions. You are an air sign, you're very logical, you're very practical, and you're showing me I'm not about to make a decision that's going to result in me making a mistake. That's just not how I operate. And so what you're manifesting here is healing, stability, calm energy, kind of taking a breather, taking a moment for yourself to feel like you have that solitude, that quiet that you need so that you can actually process all of these feelings and all these emotions and make a decision from a logical place. Because you're showing me in the recent past, when I'm confused, I make mistakes. And I don't want to make a mistake here. I don't want to make a decision that I'm going to end up regretting later on down the line. Let's take a look at the Six of Swords in the recent past. Six of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Emperor. You're trying to decide whether or not you should walk away, because the reason you're having such a hard time deciding, this person, this connection, whatever it is you're thinking of walking away from, they do make you happy. The Ten of Cups is one of the happiest cards in the tarot deck. You're showing me the Sun in the current situation. There is a lot of happiness here. And so you're showing me, I want to make sure that my decision is not influenced by my happiness, right? Again, you want to make sure that whatever this decision is that you make, whether it's walking away or not walking away, it's logical, it's practical, and it's not being influenced by positive or negative feelings. And so you're showing me I'm really taking my time here until I get to this place of stability, until I know that like I'm in control of my feelings, my thoughts, and everything for me to truly make the best decision here. Let's look at the Queen of Swords in the recent past. Queen of Swords is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Tower, and the Two of Wands. This is a soul connection you're dealing with in the recent past. It is a soul connection. It's a divine connection. But something in the foundation isn't stable anymore. At least it wasn't in the recent past. It's kind of like you guys have built this beautiful tower in this soul connection, but the foundation, it's not stable. It's not solid. And you're showing me it's only a matter of time until this whole thing collapses, right? And you're showing me that beyond the fact that you kind of like know it's going to collapse logically, right? You know that this is going to come to an end at some point. It's going to collapse. Something has to give here. You're showing me like I want to make sure that when it does collapse, that I'm not like overwhelmed by everything. Now, when I say collapsed, I don't necessarily mean you guys have to break up or separate. It's more so an energy of like something's not stable between you two, whether you guys need to have a conversation, whether there's something that's not said between the two of you, whether, you know, one of you is keeping a lie. I don't know what this is, but the foundation in this soul connection, in this divine connection, is lacking stability. There's like a crack in the foundation, and you're showing me it's only a matter of time until this crack gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and this whole tower is going to give. Let's look at the current situation. I want to see what the Sun is all about in the current situation for you. Sun is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, King of Swords. This is you. You are a Gemini. I don't assign gender to my cards. Truly, you want things to work out in this connection. You want you and this other person to work through things. And you're showing me like, look, I've communicated this to them. All you do all day is just think and think and think and think. How can we make this work? How can we heal this crack? How can we like let this building, this foundation not crack and collapse? You spend a lot of mental energy trying to figure out like, how can I make things work within this connection? Because I see that you don't want to walk away. I can see that. I see that this person makes you happy. But on the other hand, right, when you take your feelings out of it and you look at this logically, you're showing me something's not working. Otherwise, you wouldn't have entertained the idea of walking away in the recent past to begin with. In the current situation, what you're doing is trying to avoid walking away, right? You're like, okay, how can we make this work? I do feel like you're having a lot of conversations with your person, trying to figure out how to make it work. But your biggest thing here is, I'll make it work. Like, I'll put in the work, but I'm not doing the work alone. You have to meet me halfway. You have to put in 50% of the work. And I don't know, are they? Are they putting in 50% of the work? You would know. Let's see the Two of Cups in the current situation. Two of Cups is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Death. Yeah, remember how I said, are they putting in the work? It seems like they're not willing to put in the work in the current situation, because you're showing me somebody's ego, right, is the death of us. Somebody's ego caused us to lose this connection. And you're feeling the pain of this loss. You're feeling the pain of this separation because you do love this person. But at the end of the day, you're showing me like, look, your ego is running this relationship and I can't have it. And that could be what this crack is in the recent past. Somebody's ego, their inconsistency is just too much for you to deal with. And you're like, look, something's got to give. Like, I can't build this connection by myself, right? It's difficult. It's heavy. It's hard. It's like I can't do this all on my own. And it seems like the other person, at least in the current situation, they're not meeting you halfway. Let's look at the Four of Pentacles in the current situation. Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Justice, the Sun, which you got again in the current situation, and the World. you're refusing to let go of this, right? You're showing me, yeah, things ended between us, but I don't want to let go of this connection. I'm still holding on to this belief that we can work through things. We can truly restore divine balance here, right? We are happy together. We're actually happy together. The sun is not just like a superficial type of happiness. The sun is happy happiness. It's the happiest card in the entire tarot deck. And you're showing me like, I truly believe that we can work through this. We can balance things out. You know, just because we ended here in the 3D world doesn't mean we have to completely end this connection. And you're showing me here in the current situation, you're really holding on to that belief of we can work through this. We can make this work. We can, you know, restore balance between us here. Let's look at the near future. I want to see what's going on here. Start off with the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is clarified by the High Priestess, the Four of Pentacles, which you just got, and the Four of Cups. Deep down, right, you know that you're holding on to this belief and you're like, we can make this work, we can make this work, we can make this work. But on some level, you know you can't make it work. Not because you can't make it work, it's because this other person's not meeting you halfway. And you're showing me it makes me unhappy. It's literally like, it makes me unhappy to want this so much, but also deep down on an intuitive level, know that I'm kind of holding on to nothing. I'm grasping on with straws, or I'm grasping onto straws here. And you're showing me in the near future, I need to prioritize myself. I need to focus on myself, right? Like me focusing on this connection, me holding on to this belief is nice in theory, but practically here in the 3D world, as difficult as it is to accept, I know that like I'm only making myself unhappy by continuing to hold on to this. Let's look at the Eight of Cups in the near future. Eight of Cups is clarified by the Strength, the Ten of Swords, and the Star. Yeah, again, same thing. It's difficult for you. It's difficult for you to accept this ending. I do see a lot of pain. I do see a lot of anxiety surrounding this ending. And all you want is just to move past the ending, move to a much more hopeful future. Like, let go of the difficult energy. And you're showing me, in order for me to be able to not keep experiencing the pain of this ending and for it to not be so difficult for me, right, to constantly get smacked in the face with it's over, it's over, it's over, I need to emotionally detach. I need to emotionally disconnect here. Oh, it's rough. Let's take a look at the Seven of Cups in the near future. Yep, Seven of Cups is clarified by the Six of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. You're very overwhelmed here in the near future because on the one hand, you're showing me I chose to walk away. Because of this person's ego, I can't deal with it. I chose to walk away, right? And I know it's going to be difficult for me to just walk away, cut it off cold turkey, because part of you does still want a new beginning in love with this person here. Just because you broke up, it doesn't just happen overnight where you're like, oh, okay, we're over, done, all my feelings are gone. And so you're showing me like, even though I did walk away, okay, I'm taking baby steps. I'm not completely detached. I'm not completely disconnected. So maybe you're still checking this person's social media. Maybe deep down inside, part of you is still yearning for this person, right? There's a little bit of an emotional turmoil happening here for you in the near future, but I do feel like slowly but surely you're going to get past it. Let's take a look at what the universe wants you to keep in mind this month, Gemini. Wow, from the universe, you get the Faith card, which is the Hierophant, the Devil, and the Eight of Coins, the Eight of Pentacles. You really want this connection to work. It's almost like you cannot think of anything else besides how to make it work. How do I fix this? How do we work this out? How do we get back to this balanced place between us? Because this connection, some of you may have been married to this person. For others, it may have just been like a very deep, deep connection. And you're showing me like it's literally the only thing that I have on my mind. I'm obsessively thinking about how I can make this work and fix this. And try to like restore balance here. And again, I do see that, but I do feel like at some point in the near future, at least, your energies are going to shift away from how do I make this work to how do I work on myself and how do I focus on myself. So Gemini, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And of course, if you enjoy what I do, please consider buying me a cup of coffee. Donation link is below, and any and every amount is greatly appreciated. Thanks for tuning in, Gemini, and I'll see you here on the next one.